"All hail the king! All hail the emperor!" These words could be heard throughout the streets of the Roman Empire in the 1st century. "Hail Caesar! Caesar is Lord!" was the cry of the loyal Roman citizen. But another movement had arrived in Rome that had a different message. Without warning or precedent, some people right in the capital city of Rome, right under the emperor's nose, began to declare, "All hail the king! All hail the chosen one! Jesus is Lord!" For hundreds of years, the followers of Jesus lived under the rule of the Roman Empire and often suffered violence. This went on until one day when the Roman emperor named Constantine had a dream about the cross, making religion legal throughout the empire. Everything began to change. The oppressive power of the Roman government took on Christianity as its official religion. The military power of Rome now wore a Christian face. The pagan Roman Empire became known as the Holy Roman Empire and continued to rule and dominate the world, but in the name of the Christian God. This corrupt Christian empire held power in Europe for over 1,000 years. They created new rituals and requirements, loading up spiritual burdens on people, making the journey to heaven seem difficult and frightening. People were required to pay money, go through elaborate ceremonies, fight in wars, and often suffered in many ways in order to gain righteousness and the promise of heaven. It was a system that created burdens for many. This went on for generations, until one man in Germany, named Martin Luther, started a revolution, returning to the very same books that St. Paul had written to the first Christian church in Rome. Luther declared that righteousness shall live by faith. Luther returned to the books of the Romans and the rest of the Bible and discovered a message that had been lost, that it does not take endless good works, religious rituals, monetary payments, or other outward actions to become right with God. The message of the Bible had always been the same, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and we are justified by His grace as a gift through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus, whom God put forward as a propitiation by His blood, to be received by faith. It is not human systems or authorities that define who we are in God's eyes, or who mediates God's grace to us. Jesus and the Spirit bring God's presence close to each and every one of us who has faith in God and trusts Him for forgiveness. No human system can act as a mediator between people and God. Nobody can demand that we perform acts that the Bible does not command in order for us to please God. Jesus is the only ruler that we owe ultimate allegiance to, and His acceptance is a gift received by faith. Jesus, our eternal emperor, the same today as He was to the early Christians in Rome. Nothing, no power or system, can separate us from His love and His kingdom.